Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Jedi Knights Watch. My name is Graham, and today we're going to be doing an unboxing of some really cool movie memorabilia that I picked up. Doesn't necessarily mean it's 1/6, but I think it's going to go with my 1/6 collection pretty nicely. Before we get going, I want to invite you to like this video, subscribe if you haven't already, and of course ring that bell so you don't miss any new videos. You don't want to be taken by surprise. Sometimes I go live unexpectedly, so I'd love to see you there in the live chat. I've been watching the movie Back to the Future with my kids, and as much as they don't want to admit it, they really love the films. My oldest really loves the second one. Got her to watch the first. I'm still trying to get her to watch the third, and I'm like, if you love these, then you'll love that one. But nonetheless, my youngest is into it as well. They have a lot of questions. It's been fun to get the whole family watching the Back to the Future movies, and they don't make movies like that anymore. So Back to the Future has always been a special movie for me. Growing up, I watched it, and I actually feel like I love it even more as an adult. And I think that's kind of a rare thing to happen. And now that I'm getting my kids into it as well, it's just extra special for me. So what happened was I picked up this awesome surprise of Back to the Future memorabilia. Can you guess what it is? Can you guess? I think it's kind of rare, but we'll see. So we're going to open this up. I'm going to try to have my kids open it up as well, but I want to unbox this and then get their first reaction as well, but they're not here yet, so you and I are going to do this together. So without further ado, let's open it up. Now, I got this from Primetime Signatures on eBay. They have really good feedback. Of course, this has, well, I'm giving it away, but it has signature authentication, so I'm not worried about that. But, you can just see it very nicely packaged and everything like that. And let's just get this thing opened up. All right, and as you could have guessed, it is a Back to the Future 2 hoverboard, but there's not just one signature on it. There's not just two. There's not just three. There's actually 4 signatures on this. But this is really cool because, as a kid, we always want a hoverboard, and we always like to think, they are real and, just what would it be like to ride a hoverboard? So finally got myself a hoverboard here, and the box is nice. The presentation is really cool too. So let's get this thing opened up. Yeah, this is pretty sweet. So we have our hoverboard here, and you even have where your foot goes here with a little bit of that, futuristic Velcro, of course. And of course the bottom is where the magic happens. So this is where we have the hovering stuff, and we have Michael J. Fox's signature, we have Leah Thompson, we have Christopher Lloyd, and of course we have Tom Wilson, who played Biff. So this is an amazing piece for me to have in the collection. In the middle, we do have the Back to the Future Part 2 sticker with the serial number. And then on the sides here, we do have the Beckett witnessed. Of course, it was witnessed authentication, so you can scan this. What's really nice about Beckett, too, is you can scan and see the date that it was signed, where it was signed, and, of course, who it was signed by. So I was at a sports card shop locally with Brick Artemis, and we actually saw a hoverboard like this for sale in the case, and it was signed by Michael J. Fox and Christopher Lloyd, and I was like, man, that is really cool. How cool would it be to have that in the case with my DeLorean, with my Back to the Future figures, just to give it a little bit of pizzazz, because you can only collect so many figures from Back to the Future, and like something like this is kind of, it just feels like one of a kind. I know there's more boards like this that are signed by 1, by 2, but I feel like having all 4 signed is a little bit more of a rarity and extra special. So I just had to get it, and I actually found this for a pretty good price. It was actually cheaper than my local store had Michael J. Fox and Christopher Lloyd. So picking this up, and we're going to show you where I'm going to put it in the collection. We're also going to show you kind of my kids' reaction, and I'm sure they're going to love just seeing this and getting this out. I know my oldest is going to be a little bit bummed that, this isn't a real hoverboard. She was so excited when I told her like something special like this was coming, and she wanted to ride it. And I was like, well, unfortunately, that's not going to happen. But being that, this is actually made really well too. It's thick. It's a thick material. It feels really good in the hand. There's a little bit of bubbling in the stickers. I'm not sure exactly how, when these were made. But I think these were signed a couple of years ago, and I know I just feel like too, you know, the movie is as old as I am. This movie came out the year I was born, so it's all extra special for me in that aspect. But also, it's getting older, and, you know, Christopher Lloyd's getting older. Of course, Michael J. Fox, you know, is getting older and not in the best of health. So it's just really awesome to have a piece of this movie kind of in the home and to be able to share with my kids and, you know, maybe one day pass down to them. And maybe my grandkids will be watching this movie. You know, I hope it stands the test of time. So yeah, let's, without further ado, show you where we're going to put it in the Maju case. And yes, it is with the Back to the Future stuff. So we just have it propped up here, and we have it kind of just sitting behind the DeLorean, kind of framing everything in. You know, we just had a black background before, and I think this does a really nice job of framing everything in and kind of bringing everything together. So again, I'm really, really happy to have this. It was kind of something that kind of just jumped up as we saw this at our local store, and, you know, I kind of got the idea in my head, you know, what if we could add that, mix a little bit of memorabilia in with the 6-scale figures. So I'm pretty excited to have this in the collection. Let me know in the comments what you guys think, and if you're as excited about this as I am. I don't think so, but I am pretty excited. I just wish this hoverboard, you know, could float. But nonetheless, thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great day. Stay safe out there, and God bless.